Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the New Starters Perspective series. This is where I get the chance to speak to those who have recently joined Veramed to find out what their first 6 months has been like. Today, we're joined by Alberto. Alberto, hello and welcome to the podcast.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so let's just start off with basically what do you do here at Veramed and how your first 6 months been?
So I'm in a FSP position in a big pharma. I'm a statistician, so I'm kind of doing real-world evidence, kind of post of analysis after a trial. So that's more or less what I'm doing at the moment.
Okay, that sounds really interesting. Is that something that you were interested in doing before joining Veramed, or is it something that you've just stumbled upon while you're here?
No, that's that. I was looking for this kind of position with real-world evidence, because before I was in academia and I used to query all these big data sets, and I have a lot of publications in that area.
Okay.
And it's kind of now like pharma is going into that. So I was very interested in these kind of positions, and I consider myself more technical in this. Another thing that I like in Veramed, that you can kind of choose your path.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. So from that, how did you find the recruitment process?
Yeah, it was very quick, very smooth. So I initially talked to the recruiter. Then I talked to the head at the time, to Alexander, and he was really nice, really good, very nice interview. And then I just had to meet with him and the client. Yeah, everything was very, very smooth, very nice.
Oh, excellent. And you're home based in Spain, is that right?
Oh, yes.
Is this your sort of first time working for a UK company, or is this something you've done before?
No. So I lived 18 years in England. We moved 2 years ago now, maybe, to Spain. So now I'm kind of looking for those positions, because I still want to work for UK companies. It's where I built my career. And then, I also have friends that knew Veramed. So I asked them about it when I have the offer, and everybody talks very nice things, isn't it?
Oh, that's good to hear. And how was the onboarding process for you, like being a remote worker? Like, did that all go smoothly?
Yeah. I like that you have kind of random meetings to meet people. Then I kind of met like other Spanish in the company. They contacted me.
Nice.
The fact that you meet the CEO, and I like that process, especially when you have a lot of people remotely. And all my team is in Germany. They work remotely from Germany. So it's quite nice to just meet everybody and have those meetings and start getting confidence.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's very important, especially for remote workers, to be able to like have that sort of community feel and that sort of office feel even at home. So that's really good. So what would you say you like the most about working at Veramed so far?
Yeah, I can see they kind of take care of you. So although my position is an FSP, so I normally, I'm working with the pharma. You have any problem, and they, you have meetings with kind of a representative of the company there. So you have any problem, you just talk to them. They will talk to your bosses within that pharma. So I'm quite happy. The fact that I can choose that pathway where I can kind of be more, learn managing, because you have to think that I come from the academia. So I think I was in pharma like 10 years ago. So it's quite good now that I'm at a different level to say, I keep want to be technical, and at the same time, if I can start writing SAPs or things like that. I like that flexibility that we're having at Veramed.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got a lot of opportunities to sort of expand on your career. That's really good. I'm glad you're enjoying the company so far. Do you have any sort of tips for anyone else that is thinking of going from academia to pharma?
Well, it's a big change. I mean, in my case, of course, in academia is more technical, but then you have more time to solve problems. But you can see also in pharma, they have like challenges. And what I like in pharma is how everything is organized. If you are programming, usually you don't start from scratch. You have all those standards. So I think you learn very quickly. I think coming from academia, you learn very quickly and you get responsibilities very quickly. Yeah, it's all my group. I think we come from academia, and it's nice because you can, if you have any problem, or you are going into a new area that someone else has experience, we're all kind of working together.
Yeah, that's good.
It's good. I mean, it's a challenge, obviously, because in the industry you work faster, and in the academia you used to have like a more complex problem, but you might have 6 months to solve it. And here is more like little problems that you have 1 or 2 weeks, work on them,
Yeah, it's a bit more fast paced, but it sounds like you've got a good team around you that you've all, like you said, similar backgrounds, and you can all support each other, and obviously outside of your team as well. Like I'm sure you get a lot of support from other members of people in the company.
Yeah. And what I'm doing is kind of the whole kind of thing within that pharma, and the whole thing here. They're kind of learning new analysis, preparing code for things that are coming. So it's good because it's challenging. It kind of keeps you learning.
Yeah, keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining me for this very brief chat. I'm sure I'll get you on for a full-length episode and we can talk more about this real-world evidence and the change from academia and everything like that. So thank you very much for joining me.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
And also thank you to all our audience for listening. If you'd like to be notified for any future episodes, please subscribe to us on Spotify, iTunes, or whichever podcast platform you're using. If you'd like to know more about Veramed, please visit our website at veramed.co.uk, or you can find us on LinkedIn. If you have any questions about Veramed, please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm always happy to help. You can find us on YouTube and Instagram at We Are Veramed. Thank you all very much for listening. And until next time, goodbye.